Hi everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, independent Sensi consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Now, we're coming to the end of the month, so I thought it was time to delve into my empties so we can start fresh for the new month. So, it's probably not as big as what it would normally be with my diffusing and my melting, because I did come down with my son's head cold for about a week, and when I come down with head colds, my nose is the first to go. I can't smell anything, and so I usually only then diffuse something like a eucalyptus scent to try and boost my immune system or try and smell something, and don't do much melting or diffusing other than that. But besides that, let's get into what I have been using for the last few weeks. So I'm going to start off with some scent packs. Now, my daughter and son, I recently brought Spiffy the Sloth and Pooch the Poodle for them. Was that the poodle's name? From the Glamour collection. And they decided not to go with the scent packs that I purchased with them, which is fine. My daughter decided she was going to put her spare Wear or Mad here in her poodle, which was from the Cheshire Cat, and her reason was dogs like cats. So apparently dogs like cats, so Wear or Mad here was the perfect addition to her poodle. Now, my son's favourite, apart from his blanket buddy, he has two Zoe the blanket buddies that he goes to sleep with over night time. He carries them around everywhere. Yes, he has two exactly the same, so when one's in the wash, we've got a spare. He's always dirtying them up, but usually he's carrying both around at the same time. So they're his favourite, but he does tend to gravitate towards his Dumbo big buddy that a friend gave him a couple of years back, and I did have a spare Dumbo Circus Parade scent pack for his Dumbo buddy for when that ran out. But he found my drawer of scent packs and had ripped it open because he'd seen the picture of Dumbo, obviously probably being his favourite buddy. I'm assuming that's why he gravitated towards that particular scent pack out of all of them. So rather than waste the scent pack, I popped Dumbo Circus Parade into his Spiffy the Sloth. Now, Dumbo Circus Parade is this beautiful, fruity, bright citrus scent, and it was actually the scent I chose to warm in their bedroom, what I call, because my daughter and him share a bedroom, what I called their birthday week in July, because my son's birthday is the 26th of July and her birthday is the 19th of July. So over that week I did Dumbo Circus Parade as something fun and festive and bright for them when I was warming that week. So this is a scent that will kind of now remind me of them during their birthday week. So I also went through Counter Clean in Cider Mill. This has to be possibly my favourite scented cleaning product that they have brought out so far. I do think they are bringing it back out in a cleaning bundle later on for us in Region 3 in Cider Mill, and I think we're also getting hibiscus water. I'm just not sure on the dates of that, but if it is coming back, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be purchasing more of this particular scent. I think I have one left from when I purchased it up big in the clearance section. This was our last harvest election cleaning set, and it's apples, crushed pumpkin, and spices, but it's this really sweet, fruity, slightly cinnamony. You can hear the planes going overhead. I do apologise, we live near an airport. Well, it's the only airport in town, I should say. But this is just this perfect combination of a juicy, fruity apple. That pumpkin's probably in there, but I'm not picking up pumpkin as pumpkin. It's just this beautiful melody cider smell, and I absolutely love it. As I said, it's my favourite cleaning product scent probably that I have tried out there to date, and that's including Amazon Rain and Luna when I picked them up when I first began as a consultant in the clearance section. I would have thought Amazon Rain would have been my favourite, but no, this has far outweighed it. I do hope at some stage I get to vote this back in and bring back my bar here for Australia so I can try the bar, because I think I would really love that bar. So I used up a Scentsy Fresh in Lavender Cotton. So Scentsy Fresh, I spray on our curtains, I spray on the mattresses, I spray on the baby's cot, on the sheets between bed changes for a freshen up. I'm forever going through a bottle of Scentsy Fresh like mad. It does take me probably a bit longer than the counter clean, but it is something I do like to have hang around. Lavender Cotton has got that really clean laundry scent with just that slight hint of herbal lavender to it. I think I like this a little bit better than Clothesline Scentsy Fresh that I tried last time. The Clothesline Scentsy Fresh was slightly stronger though and longer lasting. I now have recently purchased the Palm Beach Breeze Scentsy Fresh because I'm really enjoying that in the laundry. So that's on its way to me with my next order, which you will probably see in my next haul unboxing. Speaking of Palm Beach Breeze, I finished up the Palm Beach Breeze laundry liquid. So I do now need to go purchase some more laundry bundles and Scent Soft, because I am completely out of Scentsy laundry product, and I'm currently just using a store-bought one because silly me should probably just start putting laundry into my monthly Scentsy club or a bi-monthly Scentsy club to actually remember to get it, because I always run out and then realise I need to purchase it. I don't purchase it before I run out. That's just silly me. So I think I'm one of those ones that kind of might need this one in a Scentsy club. Then that way it's coming in on automatic shipment and I don't need to worry about getting down to the last few loads. Oh, I need to purchase it. But Palm Beach Breeze, it's tropical, slightly fruity. I think it was peach that was the fruit in it, but you get that aquatic note without it being salty, and that's what I love about it. And it has that fruity, florally note which adds to that sweetness. I am really, really enjoying this in the laundry. It's become probably my go-to favourite laundry scent at the moment. It's Amazon Rain used to be my favourite go-to laundry scent for clothes, but I've pretty much switched to this recently. I still like Jammy Time for the bedding and towels, but this has been my go-to for clothes lately. Okay, so let's see if I've got that's not. Okay, this was a scent circle in blue agave and melon. Another thing my son decided to sneak into my drawer and rip apart and open. So rather than waste the scent circle, I just popped it up into my closet to give the clothes while they're hanging a little bit of a fresh smell, rather than have it go to waste. Now, let's talk about some pods. So Amazon Rain, I popped into the fan wall diffusers in the laundry, and I did that when I was doing a particular scent combination through the house just to enhance that, but it's still going in the laundry. It's the perfect laundry scent. Sweet, tropical. You can pick up that coconut, you can pick up the sweetness from the blooming jasmine that's in Amazon Rain, and then there is this slight bright zesty citrus note in it. Now, Berry Blessed pods, I actually didn't use these. I had these pods in my borrow bag and my 2-year-old son. As you can see, there is a theme here going with open things by my 2-year-old son. Found my borrow bag. He's got into the pods. He stashed them somewhere, and I have no idea where he stashed it. So wherever he stashed it, it's obviously smelling good. I will be probably coming across it in a toy box later, maybe, or somewhere, and the scent will probably be gone by I come across it. But wherever he stashed it, I hope it's smelling really good. So they were the Berry Best pods. So this is actually feeling quite heavy, and there is still some in there. There's still enough for probably 1 or 2 hand washes. But my daughter told me this was empty, and that's the blue agave and melon hand soap, and she switched it out for the coconut daiquiri hand soap in the bathroom. But you could probably get 1 or 2 more hand washes out of that by the looks of what is actually in there. So I do believe they are my non-wax products. So let's delve into the wax products. So let's start with the open concept area first. So in the open concept area, this is where I am typically warming 2 bars. So the open concept area crosses from my lounge room to my kitchen because it all opens up in one. The lounge room, dining room and kitchen open up in one, and I have numerous warmers going through there with the 2 recent warmers I've purchased, which are now in there. I could probably get away with warming 3 bars if they were a lighter scent, and I'm probably finding 2 bars is spreading it a little bit thin, but we'll wait and see how scent throw goes with different scents to how much wax I actually want to put in there. So I did a combination of, I saw ages ago on Lisa Robury's channel, one of her jars to bars collections. She suggested doing Amazon Rain and coconut lemongrass. This is the first time of me trying coconut lemongrass, and for me, citrus scents sometimes can be a little over citrusy for me. I'm not the biggest fan of citrus scents, but when they have a sweetness about them, I find I am pleasantly surprised and will often fall in love with them. And I didn't know if coconut lemongrass was going to go, I don't like it by its own, or if it was going to go the other way. Now, coconut lemongrass is creamy tropical coconut, sunny bright lemongrass, and then it goes into made of high quality paraffin wax for long lasting fragrance. So you don't need to know about that. We just need the creamy tropical coconut and sunny bright lemongrass. So that coconut really tones down that astringent lemongrass and makes for a really, really pretty scent. This is also a powerhouse. To actually get this combination correct, I did 1 cube to 2 cubes of the Amazon Rain in alternating warmers, and then with the leftovers of the coconut lemongrass, those 1 cubes went into my mini warmers so it didn't overpower the Amazon Rain. But I would quite happily warm this by itself as well. It's long lasting, if you're looking for a scent to cover up heavy food odors or odors in the house, coconut lemongrass is definitely going to do it. It's one of those bright, clean, fresh, zesty scents that will really freshen up your house. And Amazon Rain is set on a rainforest romp, swirling with sweet notes of melon, orange zest, coconut milk, and sultry night blooming jasmine. So this is when I decided to put those pods in the laundry at the same time, so it was kind of intermingling. And I chose to do this particular combination at the time because we'd just come out of a cold weather and we'd had quite a few quite hot days here in Mount Isa. So it was the perfect time to start off on something tropically and something summery. But I also knew that we're not quite into summer yet, so I didn't want to go my full-blown floral, my full-blown tropical, my full-blown fruity. For me, I'm a very seasonal warmer. Over winter, I tend to hit the woodsy, comforting bakery notes, and then over summer, I'm tropical, I'm floral, I'm fruity with a bit of citrus thrown in. So I'm trying to find a transition medium where we're still getting cold nights but really warm days. And this was like a perfect contender. It was one of those ones that just reset the house for a change of, I guess, scents. So I really love Amazon Rain. Amazon Rain has that tropical, fresh, clean note with that slight sweetness from the floral and coconut milk. And I really enjoyed this combination. I would definitely do this combination again. Amazon Rain's normally a staple that I like to have one bar hang around for when I'm in the mood. And I think coconut lemongrass will be one that I will start having at least one bar hang around too for when I'm in the mood for cleaning and freshening up the house, or when I'm in the mood for doing this particular combination. So, continuing on. So this is what's currently going in the open concept area at the moment. Pomegranate Prosecco and Perfect Pomegranate. So Pomegranate Prosecco is new to our catalogue and is currently still available. So is Coconut Lemongrass and Amazon Rain, by the way. Perfectly Pomegranate was December's Bring Back My Bar, no longer available. So, Pomegranate Prosecco, delicate rosé berry and pomegranate add an effervescent splash to a flute of Prosecco, and Perfectly Pomegranate is dark and juicy pomegranate with a sweet berry finish. This is a classic. So, it took me this long to warm December's Bring Back My Bar Perfectly Pomegranate because on cold I do not like it. On warming, I'm not the biggest fan of it, and I needed something that I could mix it with. It is a very sweet to me, overly sweet and candy-like. I'm not picking up that tart, juicy pomegranate that I'd expect from a pomegranate scent. Pomegranate Prosecco has more of that dark, tart juiciness, and it's got that bit of a celebration, bubbly, effervescent splash. So I thought they would go really well together. I don't like Pomegranate Prosecco as much as I thought I would. When I categorized it into my colors, I did briefly explain how I'm doing my coloring as I'm trying these scents. Green for me is all a go. It means if it's going to ever retire, it's going to go into my Scentsy Club. I'm going to stock up on other products like pods, bar whatever it comes in. Yellow, I would buy throughout the season. May go into my Scentsy Club for a little bit, or I may just stock up on the bar, but I wouldn't die if it didn't come back and retire. Orange is kind of my prepare to stop. I don't hate it. If it came in a whiff box, I'd use it, I'd enjoy it. I may pick up 1 or 2, but not a stock up, not a Scentsy Club. And for me, that's where pomegranate, Prosecco fell. And then red or pink, when I highlighted them, is like, no, I don't like, will not be purchasing again. So it kind of fell down towards the bottom of the orange. Yes, I will enjoy it while I have it, but it's not something I'd go out of my way to purchase. Now, I don't know if it's because I warmed it with Perfectly Pomegranate, so it kind of took on that same candy note, which was oversweet for me, but it was just slightly deeper with that boozy note that you got from the Prosecco. It just wasn't as nice on cold as, it was nicer on cold than it was on warm. So as you can see, because the weather has been warmer here, I have been reaching for scents that may be a little bit more fruity, but I'm not right into the real summery fruity scents. I'm still reaching for what I call transition scents. So these are like a fruity scent, but they're like a winter fruit and a deeper, darker fruit that you'd probably smell more around winter time. So we're going to the deeper, darker berries as we're slowly transitioning into summer. So with that being said, I did 2 bars of, without dropping them if I can, Berry Blessed. So this is my son, my 13-year-old son's, one of the bars that my phone ran out of space, so let's hope I can get through this without it playing up again. So my 13-year-old, soon to be my 14-year-old, Berry Blessed is his favourite scent. He describes it as a candy smelling scent. And it is described as soft vanilla and cranberry sprinkled with sparkling sugar is pure bliss. So this is just that perfect blend of tart and sweet. You get that tart cranberry and that soft vanilla really sweetens it out, giving it that lolly scent that my son's probably picking up. Again, this is another fruity scent that is the deeper, darker berry, perfect for transitioning from the colder to warmer weather before you want to reach for those really juicy, fruity, tropical smelling scents. So the last thing I warmed in the open concept area is a mixture of Blue Christmas when we got another cold snap. And Blue Christmas is the holiday fragrance of orange peels, cloves, fir needles and cinnamon sticks. And I actually mixed it with Pumpkin Parcel, which is a vendor here in Australia. Her version of Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And from memory, this was cinnamon and like a pumpkin passy type scent. So bakery pumpkin and spices. It is really nice. So this combination here, yes, it screams Christmas, but to me it also screamed comforting and warmth on a cold day. I love cinnamon bakery scents when it's cold and you just want to snuggle up. That fir needle in the Blue Christmas adds this touch of sweetness and woodsy note. And I would probably buy Jack again. I've gone through about half the bar I had here again. It's a really sweet bakery scent, but then it's kind of that spice and the nutmeg and the cloves and the cinnamon just makes it more Christmassy than a really overly sweet bakery. Yes, you get that really nice sweet bakery smell with this. Combined, this was absolutely amazing. And I did find with this particular one from Pumpkin Parcels, Strength and a Fro was awesome. Lasted about 3 days, and so did Blue Christmas. So they mingled well together, they lasted well together, had an awesome strength and throw together. So let's delve into what I then warmed in the main bedroom. So I tried our current scent of the month for the take 3 of the phone, deciding it doesn't have memory. I have deleted everything off it and it's still saying it doesn't have memory, so go figure. So we're up to the bedroom. Let's see how long we're going to get with this little segment. So, current scent of the month, vanilla blackberry, bold, fruity blackberry draws you in with amber and a vanilla finish. To me, this was medium throw. A lot of people said it was really strong. Worked really well in my bedroom. I don't know how well it would work in my open concept area. You get that deep, dark blackberry and that soft amber. It was really pretty. Don't know that it was Scentsy Club worthy. I do like it, but I probably wouldn't put it in my Scentsy Club. You do get a tartness from this, and then amber softens it out a little, but you get mostly that tart, deep, rich blackberry. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy blackberry scents though. I think if you're not a blackberry fan, you may not like that one. Currently going in my room, trying to decide whether I want to keep it in Scentsy Club or not, is Snuggle Up. I am so torn with this one. When it first came in the collection, I thought it would be too herbal for my liking. On cold smell, I get that really herbal, sharp, astringent lavender. But then when it's warmed, this powdery, really sweet note comes through that does remind me of Jammy Time and Fuzzy Blanket that people are talking about. I do still find it slightly more herbal than Jammy Time and Fuzzy Blanket, but when it's warming, I really enjoy it. So I'm like, I'm going to try it to see if I'm going to take it out of my Scentsy Club. And then I warm it, and then I'm like, no, but I like it. I think if Fuzzy Blanket got voted back in, because I really, really love Fuzzy Blanket, and I am hoarding my last 3 cubes of Fuzzy Blanket, I probably would take it out. But saying that, why Fuzzy Blanket's not available, this is probably going to stay in my Scentsy Club, and I do need to find something to take out, but I don't know if this is going to be it. I've got 3 lavender scents in my Scentsy Club, so I'm going to have to cut them down at some stage. I just don't know what one I want to take out. So I think it will be a little bit of warming them to decide what I want to take out, because Jammy Time at the end of the day is still in there. Catalogue, and do I need to have Jammy Time, which is available? So I turn my phone on and off. hopefully that makes a difference. I don't know what my phone's doing today, but it wants to tell me I have no space. I've deleted everything I possibly can. There's not much on my phone at all, except for some photos, and I've even been deleting them and there's still no space. Let's see. I was talking about Snuggle Up. Settle down into cashmere wards, curled up with angel lavender and soothing sage. So, as I said, this is one that I'm like, do I keep, do I not keep? And then I warm it and then I love it. Is there a scent out there that one of you guys are like that? You're thinking every time your Scentsy Club order's about to process, you think you can delete it out, and then you warm it and smell it and love it and then decide you can't? Or am I just the only one that has that struggle? So, also in my bedroom, I did a bar of Cloudberry Dreams. And this is described as now this one wants to play up on me. My technology does not want to play today. So Cloudberry Dreams is described as, oh, come on. Okay, I don't have the description on hand, but it is a mixture of raspberry, peach, vanilla and rose, I believe. And a lot of people smell that raspberry more than they do the rose. Me, I can definitely pick up that rose. I love florals, I love rose. And to me, it is definitely rose Haiti mixed with that tart, fruity raspberry. I still pick up the tart, fruity raspberry, but I pick up more of that rose. This is a strong performer. I put this in my bedroom, and it blew out of my bedroom and right up into my open concept area. So I could see myself just warming one of these bars in the open concept area, and it's still filling up my open concept area. And when I do open concept area, I normally do 2 bars. So I probably could have got away with doing half a bar in my bedroom. Because I've got so many warmers in my bedroom, I normally do 1 bar in my bedroom. But this is so strong that it kind of overpowered that small area. Still very pretty in the bedroom, but I think in future when I warm this, it will be half a bar in the bedroom, and it may be even one that I warm in the open concept area, because I did really enjoy this one, and this one is definitely open concept worthy for me and definitely club worthy for me. So the last one that I warmed in my bedroom, and this was just as I was starting to feel a bit blah, and just as I was starting to come down with a bit of the head cold, was Eucalyptus Reef. I thought that would be a good one just to help clear my head a little bit, being that it had eucalyptus in it, and this is new to our catalogue. Also, it is fresh eucalyptus is woven with juniper and adorned with a frosted mint. So this very much gives me a little bit of the Fearless by Nature by Frozen Sven vibes. It has that sweet foresty scent that you kind of get from Fearless by Nature, but that eucalyptus in it just adds a little bit more of a crispness, making it not as sweet. So it's a little bit more crisper, a little bit more brighter, slightly sweet, and that juniper adds the sweetness. The eucalyptus gives a crispness to that frosted mint. It was really pretty, but it wasn't very strong. And I don't know if that's because I was starting to come down with a cold and maybe my sinuses were already starting to take effect, or if it just wasn't strong in general. Would it be something I would repurchase again? Yes, it would be something I would repurchase again, but I did mark it as orange still because I don't think, for me, it's Scentsy Club worthy, and I don't think it's something I would necessarily stock a big amount up, but I would probably get 1 or 2 just to enjoy for when I feel like I just need to clear my head a little bit or want that sweet, foresty, crisp smell. Enjoyed this a lot more than I do Just Breathe, so for me this would probably be my go-to scent compared to Just Breathe when I want a little bit of a head clearing. So let's talk about the bathroom and the laundry now. So, happy new home. I have done half a bar, and as you can see, it is really gooey. I mean, some of the oils have collected in the corner here. So this is bright notes of lemon blossom and mandarin settle in beneath a blue sky made of high quality paraffin. I struggled with this one. It is very laundry-esque, and that citrus added a very astringent note to my nose. I, at the most of times, am not the biggest citrus fan, and I'm also not the biggest just in-your-face clean laundry fan. Saying that, I do love pink cotton because it does have that sweet berry in it and that sweetness. For me, a laundry note has to have something florally or something fruity sweet to it, but clean linen by itself and then add citrus by itself, which I'm not the biggest fan, combined, I struggled. I didn't hate it, but I did struggle. Saying that though, once it got through those 2 days to maybe going into that 3rd day where that really strong, clean, astringent scent started to die down and we got down to the end notes, it got a little bit perfumey, which reminded me a little bit of a bergamot type perfume, which I did kind of enjoy a little bit better. But I had to struggle through 3 days to basically get to that. And usually at the 3rd day, I'm ready to change my wax out. So it's definitely not a repurchase for me, but I do have half a bar and it will probably be used up next month in the laundry or the bathroom to get rid of it, because I have this thing about leaving partial bars behind. Usually I have to use them up before I break into too many more, so that will go into my little drawer which has my partial bars, and I try and work on them before I open another one. So currently what's going in there, because I needed to get that out, I couldn't stand that anymore, was from Pumpkin Parcel Wax Melts Voldemort. Now, when we got the big glamorous collection from Scentsy, the Dazzle Darling reminded me of something, and I couldn't think of what it reminded me of. This is described as death at sea caves, mossy dark sea caves and dark forest. So it's kind of describing the death scenes Harry Potter's going through as he's walking into the dark forest to meet Voldemort, and at the sea caves where he's got to go through that test to get the Horcruxes. And that's what Dazzle Darling actually smelt like after warming this. I realised that's where I got that familiarity note from. It has that very fresh C note, but it's not a salty C note. It's like the moss, or if you're going into a cave and you got that damp smell in the caves, that's what that watery, mossy, dark, watery note smells like. And it's the same note I pick up in Dazzle Darling, but Dazzle Darling has that extra brightness with the grapefruit in it, so it's slightly more brighter. But that really fresh, mossy type watery note is kind of the same note that I pick up in Voldemort here. So I've used up half of this bar. This will probably be used up the rest of this again during next month's what I have been warming, so I can get rid of it so I don't have half a bars. I might even try mixing these two to see what happens, maybe to take down that very astringent note and add a bit of a watery note. Don't know yet, but these last of these half bars will probably be used up doing that. And because, as I said, I had this thing about leaving part used things, last month I used half of the Witch's Pumpkin Melt, which was in the shape of a witch, and it was a very fresh green kind of cactusy, cucumbery type smell with just a little bit of sweetness from the jasmine in it. So I used up the rest of that in the bathroom and laundry through the month. So we have my daughter's room now to talk about. So I had a little scents from a whiff box, one of those scent pack samples of Oh Snapdragon, and 2 testers. So this was in last season's catalogue, and I did have a bar of it, and when I warmed a bar of it in the open concept area, it was very light. I could hardly smell it. So between the little scent sample pack, which was about 2 cubes, and this, I would have had probably maybe 4 cubes, enough to get a good idea of how it would smell. I didn't put this in my Scentsy Club, of how it would smell, and it's now discontinued, of how it would smell in a closed concept area. My daughter's room is the best room for testing those scents, and my son's room also, actually. I think it's been into my son's room. So my son's room also works really well because they're so little a room. They're the littlest rooms in the house. They work well, and they've got enough warmers to work well to test closed concept. So this went in my son's room, and it's a very light floral scent, still really light, still got not much throw, even with this and the scent pack cube, which was about 4 cubes, which would have been enough to give a good throw in a small room. I just don't think this scent performs really well in my house. So in my daughter's room, she has currently chosen to warm Angel Experiment. And this is gorgeous. I have this in my Scentsy Club. I have 2 of these bars. I typically warm it only in my daughter's room and occasionally my room. So I'm thinking 2 bars, because of where it's warmed, might be a little bit of an overkill. So I probably will be dropping it to 1 bar, because I do have a little bit of a stock up now. And it is very pretty, so I won't be deleting it out fully. And it is a unique creation like Disney's Angel calls for a complex concoction. This mischievous mix draws you in like a siren. Song with a blend of goji berry and blackberry. So again, you've got those mix of berries reacting just so with sweet vanilla cream and sugar cane. So that vanilla cream really makes it really creamy and milky. It's kind of like a sweet berry milkshake. My daughter loves it. I really enjoy it. I mean, I kept going into her room just so I could smell it. That is how much I actually enjoy this scent. But as I said, it's one I typically warm in her room, and if I'm in the mood, will sometimes warm it in my room. So I'm probably going to drop it down to getting 1 every 3 months instead of 2 every 3 months, because I am finding I'm not going through it as much as I thought I probably would. They are my wax bars. So I've only got 3 oils to talk about, and then we are done. So currently I've got in the bedroom going lavender coconut with the Snuggle Up. This is a new oil to our catalogue, and it is really pretty. You get that sweet herbal lavender, and that coconut just kind of really softens it and adds like a creaminess to that. It is gorgeous. And over the week that I wasn't feeling too crash hot, I did a mixture of just pure eucalyptus from Scentsy. This one isn't from Scentsy, but I received for free when I was looking for a storage box to put all my oils in that would actually fit the Scentsy oils as well, because I do find other brand oils tend to be a lot not as big as Scentsy oils. Our Scentsy, they tend to be, I think ours are 15 mil, and most other brands tend to sell their oils in a 10 mil. I've found that I've brought. And the Scentsy box I picked up off eBay, or not Scentsy box, the oil box I picked up off eBay was not, you couldn't close the lid when you put the 15 ml oils in. They were really only designed for 10 ml oils. And I found a lot of boxes like that were like that. And then I found a company called Love Thy Oils that was selling, they called them second hand or second boxes because there were slight flaws in it. But if you look at my box, you can't even see a flaw in it. And I got it really cheap because it was classified as a second because it had a flaw in it. And it fits the 15 ml oils beautifully. So I brought that from that company, and with a purchase over a certain amount, or when you made a purchase that month, you got a 3 oil called Breathe. So I got this 3 Breathe oil, which is supposed to help when you aren't feeling well. So it is a refreshing and revitalizing blend of essential oils designed to help relieve the symptoms of respiratory discomfort, including colds, flus, congestion, and hay fever. So, and I think it's a mixture of lavender, oh, it's on the back here, lavender, lemon, peppermint, and eucalyptus. So I was basically diffusing that most of the time throughout this last 2 weeks because my son had a head cold and then I had a head cold. So that tended to be the one I was diffusing just to see how well it worked. And it's a pretty combination. You get, when I smell it, I smell mainly the peppermint and the lavender, but the eucalyptus does come a little bit more out when diffusing. So it is a pretty combination. That was basically what I have been using and enjoying. So what have you been using and enjoying this month? So that is my empties. I do apologise for when you watch this, you will see cutouts and cuttings. I think 4 times we did it before we actually got through where my phone was working. So I will try and paste them together into a video for you to watch what I have been warming. So hopefully my Scentsy Club order is going to come soon. It's almost the end of the month and I'm still waiting for my Scentsy Club order for this month. So I'll probably be back on again to share that with you later. So if it does come before the end of the month, if not, we'll be watching a Scentsy Club order for the month prior in another month. But that's okay. So lots coming up, lots to share, and I will hop off now and I will speak to you all later. Bye for now.